What's that?
Till people get on?
Yeah, till people get on. And I have the microphones all messed up here. So you're actually 3 today.
Okay.
And I'm
That
1.
doesn't really have any bearing on me as much as it does on you.
Right. So we're live. I can see the little eyeball thing, and I have the Porchcast Pottstown overlay up over the screen so people know where they have landed or if they're going to find us or not.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Once I take the overlay off.
Share the stream. Matt.
Yeah,
what do you think about that? Wait, did I just do that? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know what I'm doing.
No?
Wait, hold on. I shared it. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure because I wanted to make sure I was logged in as myself because sometimes it'll hop to your, because since I'm a user on your account.
Yes, you're an admin
but all good.
on that Green and Glocker Real Estate.
I am.
You can also find us on Porchcast Pottstown at YouTube. I am constantly surprised by the amount of people that tell me I don't know how to use Facebook while they're sending me a message on Facebook. Well, you're on it right now.
Well, I will also say that sometimes I struggle with the comments, like right now, I'm trying to make this so that I can see okay, there we go. Now I can see the comments.
Okay.
So
I think sometimes too, when we get started right on time, it throws people off because they're used to us not being on time.
Because they're so used to us being late all the time.
I'm going to take the overlay off so that everybody can see us. And then when people start tuning in, they're going to see that we're sitting down with the ladies from Hobart's Run. That would be Kathy Skitko and Twyla Fisher. Right?
Yes.
Hello. That's right.
Welcome back. It's been just over a year.
I was right before.
Yes. Yeah.
Clean up.
Yep.
Probably was.
Yes. Exactly.
Things to talk about.
Well, welcome back.
Yeah. Well, while you're logging on, I actually brought gifts for you guys.
You did?
Hobart's Run.
What?
For
Aww.
hosting us.
Thank you.
Hobart's Run swag.
You got
Very nice. Thank you.
So,
Oh, very nice. Excellent. Oh, I like it.
It's been a little while since we got any gifts.
I know. I love this.
Now we're setting a precedent.
That's okay.
No, it's a
Everyone's
good
gonna have
precedent to set.
If you're on Porchcast,
This is
yeah,
good
yes.
for coffee or
other.
once I'm done with
Wine.
once I'm done with sober October. I'm 3 weeks into sober October, everyone.
yay.
But it will be as of November 1st. I will be filled with wine.
All right.
Yes,
You're legit doing sober October?
I am.
What kind of question is that? She
Yeah.
said she's doing so for October.
Yes, I'm
You're legit? Like no
I'm legit.
cheating on the
I'm just-
weekends?
No cheating.
It's
Not
my
even.
job to ask questions,
All
Twyla.
right. Not even when my parents were here, and that was that's
Wow.
we like to drink some Vinny Rosy with my dad, as he likes to call it.
Yeah.
Von Rose. He calls it Vinny Rosy. Anyway, yeah. So
Do you feel better? Is it helping?
Is that rhetorical?
helping.
No, this is real. This is a real question.
Well, I mean, not to go too far down like a rabbit hole or anything, but the scale is not budging at
No.
all.
Oh man.
Am I right, ladies? Once you hit a certain age, it does not budge.
We
It does
try
not
really hard. We try a
budge.
lot of
You
things.
have to try 10 times harder than you did when you were 30, for
Isn't
sure,
it?
right?
Yes. We could talk about that tonight.
yes.
We could just, Matt, you could just listen and we could talk about
Yes.
this all night.
Well, the same thing
but-
does kind of happen to men because
Mhm.
I don't lose weight as fast as I used to be able to.
For sure. I know.
All right.
I know.
But
It does.
were you
Yeah.
Here's my question. What were you trying to achieve with Sober October? Was it just to see if you could go without drinking?
Oh, I definitely
Were you
know
looking
that
for a
I
health
definitely
benefit?
know that I can do it because I've had to do it so many times, over the course of being a chronically ill person. I've had to just stop drinking because of medications or whatever. So I was just kind of let me just do this. We got back from vacation and everyone kind of feels like they need a little Karen Foundation when they get back from vacation. Just general health, maybe a little weight loss. But see, I've traded out the wine for dessert. I'm I'm not drinking.
yeah.
So I'm going to have
I
a
know,
big
we
giant
do
piece
that.
of cake.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to have a big giant bowl of ice
So
cream.
you're just trading calories.
I'm just trading calories. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm also doing this 30-day yoga challenge, 30 days of yoga, 30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes.
Very
Yeah. So I do feel better. I feel much better.
Okay.
Not foggy. in my
I
head
have
and all
not
that.
done Sober October.
Mm-hmm.
However, I have drastically cut back
Mhm.
the amount of beers that I am normally up to.
Right.
And I'm walking every day.
That's fantastic.
Excellent.
That's probably really good for your back too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
well, that's all prompted by the back
Right.
problems.
Right.
But I was thinking the other day that maybe I should just cut because I'm so low on the beer count now
Mm-hmm.
that maybe I should just cut it and see how long I can go.
Okay.
Kick the can.
But then
Right.
tonight on my way over here, I was like, maybe I'll go to Southside Social Club after this and have a beer.
It's not problem.
Yeah.
torn.
I find
Pottstown has a lot going on, so it's hard
I
to
find
go
that like
dry.
if I can power through that, like that 5 o'clock hour when you're like, I really could
Long
use a
day,
little
really,
something.
yeah.
If I can just power through that, then I'm good until I get to the ice cream. So anyway,
All
that's it, folks.
We do
Silver
have some
October.
people that are tuned in now. So thanks for tuning in to Porchcast Pottstown. We're live at Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate. We're also live on YouTube. Don't forget that while you're watching live, you can make comments, you can ask questions, you can hit that like button. Do that a lot, as much as you can, because it does help us spread the word. Facebook and YouTube like shows that are being interacted with because they think we're popular. And once they think we're popular, they'll show us to all the other popular kids.
Yes.
It is a way to help get the word out about what's going on. Twyla said it just a few seconds ago. There's a lot of things going on in Pottstown.
Oh my goodness.
And we're trying to bring as much of that to the table as possible. Show Your Teeth Music is watching on YouTube. Much respect, neighbors.
Oh, that's cool. So I was wondering what that
Thanks for
was,
tuning
what
in.
Show Your Teeth Music is. So that's the user, one of the users that's watching on YouTube.
Correct.
All right, cool. Thanks for tuning in.
Make sure that you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. It's free. And then also the message that I keep sending about YouTube is that YouTube's the much better platform to go back and watch the old shows. It's just easier to search all the past, not all the past episodes, but a good deal of the past episodes from the past 2 years are up there. And it's easier to search, easier to look at. And if there's a business or organization you might have missed a show, you can go back and catch it in reruns, so to speak. So tonight we have Twyla Fisher.
When we get syndicated, then we'll really be, big
right.
time.
We have Twyla Fisher from the executive director for Hobart's Run, and Kathy Skitko, the communications director,
Yes,
right?
Communications and community relations.
All right, I couldn't fit that all on your
That's
tag,
okay. I can
so I
even
did the
say
best
it.
that I could. So let's start.
And my doppelganger.
Apparently.
Right.
Are you guys getting
What do you
confused
think?
with each
People
other?
get
Okay.
confused. Well, your
Ah,
hair,
I can
your,
say it.
our hair is now divergently different.
Well, I don't know.
Yes.
I've
definitely
been
the
called
hair.
Different
Amy
color, yeah.
several times. And did that happen to you
Yes.
too? You're
Yes.
called
People
Kathy.
confuse
Yeah.
us.
Nice,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's not bad, right? It's not a bad
no,
thing.
I
It's a
was like,
huge-
I'm so
a
flattered,
huge
but I'm
compliment,
sorry,
for
I'm
real.
not Amy.
Nice.
A huge compliment. Yes.
So let's start at the top. For people that don't know, what is Hobart's Run?
Yes.
Let's
Give us like the
start
elevator
with the
speech
beginning.
of Hobart's Run.
Okay.
I'm just
Go
meeting
for
you.
it. Do you want to
I'm
do it?
just
I
meeting
should
you
go
at a
for it.
party. So, Kathy, tell me about Hobart's Run.
Okay.
I think I answered this last year, so you can go.
Oh, okay. Well, Hobart's Run is a community outreach initiative started by the Hill School in 2016. And it became a 501c3 in 2017, right? Only 1 year. So, and we have a number of things that are part of our mission. We try to make Pottstown cleaner and safer. We have a number of programs that address property improvement issues, a facade improvement grant, a home ownership initiative, which you know about that. We also have a business incentive grant to help new businesses come into the Hobart's Run area. And we also try to focus on helping with events throughout Pottstown, especially events that promote inclusivity and community building and that sort of thing. So
Right.
we're doing a lot of different things, a lot of different areas.
So I want to start out by talking about the homeowners incentive program because that's the kind of program that I'm the most familiar with.
Mhm.
So I think over the past couple of years, I've had 4 different houses that I've been involved with the transaction where that has been used. And
That's great.
that's a $5,000 grant that goes to the buyer to help them purchase the
Mhm.
property. And I remember Twyla and I,
Very early on.
very early
Like
on,
2016 early
Yes.
on. Yes.
up on Sheridan Street,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
And we kind of, I didn't get in trouble because I'm not from the Hill School, but you kind of got a little bit of trouble.
Are you going to go there again
Yeah.
on Porchcast? I
Yes.
think we did this
We
a year
have to
ago.
have controversy.
Yes, absolutely.
There has
I
to
know,
be
but
some
every time
tension.
I'm like, I hope so and so's not watching. No,
Right.
I don't. No. It is a great story, and I don't mind telling it. But yes, so the homeowner incentive idea did very well in Philadelphia when Penn and Drexel were expanding into West Philly. They only did it with their employees, but so we thought we would do something similar here, but then It wasn't really a well-formed idea, but I had been given a discretionary budget to kind of see what would stick with some new ideas. So yeah, without really telling anyone, I'm like, which I since learned at the Hill School, it's like not the way to do things, but it was very early on. And
They're not big on the ask forgiveness, not
no,
permission.
not so much.
Yeah.
Not when it's money tied to this,
Yeah.
and I get that much better now. But so yeah, like investors came in who kind of weren't sold on Pottstown back in 2016. Like they're not. Like, I mean, we could invest lots of other places, Phoenixville, whatever. And I'm like, no, you want to buy it, real estate now? It's cheap. Do it. So they bought a property, and then I said, well, let's just test this idea. And so you listed it, and we put, I think, in the public remarks that there was a $5,000 homeowner incentive grant with the property. And it sold in a day.
Yeah.
When real estate was not.
No.
Selling
It was
in
not.
a day.
2016 was not.
It was not selling
What
in
they
the
selling
market
in
in
22.
like a
Yeah.
It
year.
was like 100. I think the average day on market in Pottstown at that point was like 130 days or something
Wow.
like this. It was
Yeah.
a long market
Yeah.
period.
Wow.
And now it's what?
16
something like
days
that.
on average.
It was,
At least
yeah.
in Hobart's run.
Right.
Mhm.
I
So,
think
yeah.
across the board in Pottstown, it's a little bit higher. I think we're like 28 or something
Mhm.
across the whole borough, but a fraction of
still-
what it was
sure.
in 2016,
Yeah.
right?
And the prices are up. But so that
Yeah.
proved to us it was, and again, we didn't do like 10 of them to see if they would all 10 sell in a day, but still it was proof of concept. And then it was like, oh, wait, how do we actually transfer this? And
Right. How do
How
we
does
actually
this
do this
work?
with the money? Right.
And so since it's evolved into a forgivable loan, which is actually the model that's most used, and you have to live as a primary occupant in the home for 5 years, and every year $1,000 is forgiven. And if you move out before then, you have to pay back. It's prorated, so you have to pay back what's left. And it is recorded with Montgomery County as a second lien.
Mhm.
So we're figuring it all out, but it's been a great tool, and we just really want to see homeownership increase.
So
Right.
is anybody eligible for that? What are the parameters for this $5,000 forgivable grant?
Great question. And we do get asked that a lot. In fact, when you put things on LinkedIn and stuff, I'm like, maybe put the guidelines up there because it looks like it's like free money for anybody. But
Well,
I always
do put the
appreciate that you-
guidelines. So when I do it,
Yes.
Mhm.
I put the guidelines into documents on the MLS so that the real estate agents can review it right there.
Of course.
Plus,
Mhm.
their lender, the buyer's
Yes.
lender, usually wants to review those guidelines so that they can make sure that it can get past underwriting. In the 4 instances that I've been involved, we have not had any problems with the lenders at all.
No.
None.
No, there was one time that it was like, well, we don't need to get into the weeds of that. But yeah, sometimes depending on if they're getting like another incentive or if it's FHA or how their package is put together, it takes a little finagling. But the point is that, yes, to answer your question, you need to currently be renting anywhere,
Okay.
but moving into Hobart's Run.
Right.
The focus area. And the purchase price has to be under $250,000.
Okay.
No income restriction,
Right.
no credit restriction. So-
Right.
Right.
So and
Right.
and then you do have to participate in a tour, right, of the improvement
No.
district.
Really done that.
You haven't.
We
forced-
have not. No,
No?
we do connect with them. And I think that's why it's by that point, I've been on the phone with them several times. I've met with them.
Yeah.
They know about Hobart's Run. I feel a little weird, like, get in the van and let's take you on a
Yeah,
tour.
just like show up on a Saturday
Right.
morning. Hey,
You're
kids,
not
jump
getting
in.
a
Yeah.
check unless you take the tour. Like that feels
Right.
a little excessive.
Right. Right.
So it was a good idea in the beginning. But
Right.
Okay.
But certainly if they wanted to, you would,
Oh,
you
goodness,
would.
yeah.
Gosh,
No, they do hear plenty
So
about it.
do you know how many residential properties are for sale right now within the Hobart's Run area?
I would guess just based on Hobart's happenings where I run
Mhm.
what's available every month that there are probably 4,
Okay.
maybe 3 because
Mhm.
one is commercial and then there are a bunch for rent, and that always boo-hoo. Like it makes me sad because we want to increase home ownership,
Right.
but there's also like we didn't have this problem 3 years ago. Like there were a lot of properties available,
Right.
and now there are not.
So the inventory is down across the board. It's not just a Hobart's Run
Right.
issue. It's coast to coast, border to border.
Right.
There's just a national shortage of for sale properties. So that's one of the things that has been driving this accelerated market. So that's the homeowners initiative, right? So let's get into the business initiatives that you guys have. Who wants to tackle
Yeah.
that?
Well, I think we should mention also
go
the
ahead.
facade improvement grant
Okay.
because
Oh, yes,
while
please.
we definitely want to encourage homeownership because that is so important in any community. We also really value the people who have been living in Pottstown for a long time and care about it, and they may be renting, or they may be good landlords who really want to take care of their property. We want to encourage those kind of things too. So
Right.
the FIG grants, those are $500 grants to spruce up their porches, do some painting, that kind of thing. And that's super important as well.
So
And then-
go ahead.
Yeah, well, and then the business incentive grant that's you want to
So
talk about
before
that.
you go into the big, we can
Mhm.
talk more about the fig.
Yeah, and the hip.
So right. So on the facade improvement grant, how many of those do you give per year, or is it how does that work? Is it like a rolling thing? Somebody can apply for it any time, or is it only like open season, at a certain time of year?
They can apply anytime.
Okay.
So
Okay,
yeah.
so if you live within the Hobart's Run district, you can apply for this facade improvement grant.
Right.
It's up to $500, and you have to lay out like what it is that you're looking to do. Like, I want to
Mhm.
paint my front porch, and my wooden steps need to be replaced.
Exactly.
and then you
before and after pictures, we
Mhm.
try and get those. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
I love a before and after picture.
Absolutely.
And it's a reimbursement, so we don't
Mhm.
give the money upfront.
Mhm.
But if after the invoice has
Right.
been submitted to us, we'll reimburse.
Right. I think
$500.
there's one. Isn't there one just right down here that was recently fixed up?
I think so, on High Street.
Is it Blue,
Not
or am I thinking of, or is it King
Not
Street?
between
I can.
you and us, but it's down a little bit further. So we've done a few along here.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Yep. And that's been very popular. We at any given time have about 10 that we're cycling through.
That's fantastic.
And then the business incentive
Mm-hmm.
real quick. It's just if you move
Yes, go
in,
ahead.
if you start a business or you move your existing business into an office space between the library, really at the 500, where the 500 block starts, down to Jack Cassidy's, you can apply for up to $1,500 for your first month of mortgage or rent
Mhm.
towards, that move or getting your sign or whatever
Mhm.
that's
Right.
coming into this area.
Nice.
And we've done 3 of those.
And that's
Mhm.
specifically in this stretch of High Street.
Yep. 500 block. to
Right. Well, I
900
guess
block.
there's not really much other commercial, like really commercial areas in this is the
This is our little-
it. This is it.
This is
Right.
our little business strip in
Right.
Hobart Run, yes.
And we hope by developing that and improving this area, it will help to connect this part of High Street
Mhm.
with the downtown and
Right.
just bring it all together and kind of, lift all boats with that.
Right. Connect it all together. Right.
So I'm trying to get logged into Facebook because I should have done that before and I didn't do it. So I'm trying to log in. But in the meantime, what I do have is up on the screen, it says Hobart's Run. You can see Hobart's Run, Pottstown.org. That's the website. So if you hear something about one of these programs that we're going to talk about, and we're just really starting to scratch the surface, you can jump over to their website and look at these different programs, see
Mhm.
what they do, see how to apply for them, et cetera, et cetera. Across the bottom of the screen, you're going to see that banner ad running, and that's got the Hobart's Run address. It's got their phone number. So we have
Look at how fancy
3
he's got with
different
the ticker.
ways
Oh,
to
look.
find Hobart's Run. So you can stop by, you can give them a call, or you can visit their website. And I'm going to leave that up for a few minutes while we're talking so that people know where to find you guys.
And
Thank you, Matt.
please follow our Facebook page also, and Instagram and Twitter also.
Yeah, what I'm doing now is I'm getting logged into Facebook so that I can put a link into the chat comments to your Facebook page, and people will be able to find you during and after the show, depending on what their abilities are.
Right. So all of these wonderful programs, how do you pay for all of these wonderful programs?
Go ahead.
Well, we do have some funding from the
Mhm.
Hill School. We're
Okay.
very fortunate as a nonprofit that
Mhm.
we do have that support.
Mhm.
And it was created by the Hill School
Sure.
to really increase what the school is doing out in the community.
Right.
We also do fundraising.
Mhm.
And thank you for that segue.
Mhm.
So, I'll mention we are participating this year for the first time ever in the Amazing Raise,
Mm-hmm.
which is an endeavor of the Tri-County Community Network. So
Yep.
people can contribute to Hobart's Run that way.
Right. So if you're
pay for
not
these
familiar
programs.
with the Amazing Raise, it is a month-long fundraising program for many nonprofits in the area that participate in the Amazing Raise
Mhm.
through Tri-County Community Network. And so there's, I don't even know, 50 or 60 or 70 nonprofits that are participating. So you
lot.
can go to the Amazing Raise website, just Google Tri-County Community Network. Amazing Race and see all of the organizations that are available. So you can donate directly to the organization of your choice, whether it's Hobart's Run or Pottstown Go Forth. And you can also make a contribution just to the Amazing Race general pot, like the general fundraising pot, because there are matching funds available. So it's for every dollar that is raised by each organization, there's some money that's available for matching. So it's just a big push for the nonprofits in town to do fundraising. A lot of them have special events around the Amazing Rays. Our friends at Pottstown Foundation for Pottstown Education did their night at the races 2 weeks ago. Pottstown Go Forth is doing our flag fundraiser, which I'll talk about later when we get to news and events. And of course, you're doing your fundraising. Is the race tied through Amazing Rays, or is it separate? Or
people can register for the race. So what Amy is talking about is our run on the river. Run by the river.
By the river.
Run
if you're
by the
running
river.
on the river, that's really impressive.
That would be very amazing.
Yes, it would
There
be
was a
very
guy.
amazing. Yes,
There was a guy one time.
Yes,
I know.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Run by the River, it's on Sunday, November 13th. Registration is at 8 a.m. The race gets going at 9. And we are looking for sponsors for that. And we have different recognition levels for the sponsorships. And we also need runners. It won't be much of a race
Or
if we don't get
walkers, Matt.
runners.
Or
Or walkers are
walkers.
fine. That's great. That's definitely my speed. But
I mean, walkers,
Yeah.
walkers are not probably going to get medals, but you can walk.
Okay, I don't need a participation medal.
What day is
Right.
that?
Sunday, November 13th.
Okay.
So last year was a
sponsoring.
beautiful
I'm a
day.
sponsor.
You
Yes,
are a
so is
sponsor,
Will
and so
Baldwin.
is Will
Yeah.
Baldwin.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Such loyal people
Yeah.
in this room. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, our office is. We are at the offices of Will Baldwin right now, and we are within the Hobart's Run district.
You
So,
are
Thank you.
indeed.
Yes.
And you have one of our
And-
trash cans, which is another one of our programs.
which we appreciate, and we can talk about the trash can program. So if
Sure.
you would like to sign up for the race, you can go to the hobartsrunpottstown.org website and get all and information there.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And also you can sign up directly through Pretzel City Sports.
Mhm.
That's another way if you want to register that way.
Right.
But
And I did put a picture of your flyer for that up on the screen so
Oh,
that people would have some
terrific.
familiarity with it if they
Yeah.
see it on social media land.
It's $25 to register. You get a race T-shirt with that. If you do a walk in the day of, it's $30. So it'll be fun.
it is fun.
And it's 5K. Yeah.
It's a 5K.
Ah,
Very
piece of cake.
picturesque. It's by the river.
Even I
The
can do
leaves are
that.
turning. Yeah.
Not running, walking.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
And the Chester County running store is providing prizes for the winners.
Wonderful.
So,
So-
that's very nice of them.
Speaking of which,
Mhm.
they're
They're moving.
they're moving.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
So
Very prominent building.
are they being acquired by Keystone Running?
I think
or-
Keystone Running is the same organization,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah,
Got
we were a
it.
little
I
bit
think.
confused about that, but
Right.
they are going into that corner.
I know. That's
Right?
very
The building.
exciting.
It
So they're
is.
going
The old
into
AV
the old
Junk.
AV
The old
Junk.
AV
We
Junk,
have
whatever.
to, we got to
Yeah.
call it what it is. And
Sorry, I'm just- you
so-
should just hop in and say hello, Levi. Come on.
so that, all right, see ya. That is very, very exciting
It is.
because the Chester County Running Store, I've been there several times. I am not a runner, but I have a kid with very, very bad feet. And so whenever he needed sneakers, I just took him down there and they know how to fit and for really problem feet. And obviously a lot of people go there. It's a really
Yeah.
popular
Yes.
store. It's
Yeah.
a really busy store.
Yeah.
And for them to be coming to, I'm just so
It's thrilled.
And so with it, it'll just bring different clientele into
Mhm.
Pottstown, and that's such a prominent corner, and it's such a nice
It is.
location. That shop is really beautiful,
Yes.
and of course the Schuylkill River Trail is right there, and the
Mhm.
running, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm,
It's
I'm
a lot.
like
It's a lot of
I'm
good
absurdly
stuff.
excited about this for some reason. I just think it's really, really great, and it's great to see something that's an existing business
Mhm.
that people will come to. It's not like
Yeah.
it's going to rely on foot traffic, no pun
Right.
intended.
That was a good one.
You had to
It's like,
that in there.
it's a destination. It's a shopping destination.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we missed yours.
I want to remind people too that if you shop there, like I shop there, all of my kids played sports.
Because you have the sportsing children.
I got the
have
sporting
I have the
children.
non-sportsing children
Right.
with the bad feet.
with the band.
Yes.
But if you do have a kid that goes to one of the local school districts, they give a discount to athletes from the local school. So I think the last time we went in there, Adam needed a new pair of running shoes. They weren't cheap,
right?
And we got a 10% discount.
Yeah.
So I'll take whatever
there
I
you go.
can.
Except, well, he's probably getting like the $120 sneakers, right?
He got some good ones because he's got to protect his feet.
Does the sports,
yes.
right?
So I just wanted to throw.
Sorry
that
for that
out
segue, but
yeah.
it's just I think it's really fantastic to see something coming in at such a prominent location that's an existing business that can bring in some people that maybe wouldn't have gone to Pottstown otherwise.
Right.
Pottstown proper, not the 5.
The borough of Pottstown.
Yeah.
One last thing, though, on
Yes.
that note, just to recruit more runners. At this point, and it happens almost every year. I don't know why, because we're as humans we procrastinate. I'm the worst offender.
Yep.
And apparently just sneak in right on time when something starts too. But anyway, we have at this point more medals than runners. So that
You've got a
means
good probability of winning.
Right.
All right.
Not only is it a flat race for the most part, I mean, really for the most part, but it's very picturesque. The leaves are turning brilliantly. It's by the river, and you are very likely to get a medal at this point.
Right.
So
families, children are fine.
So
We had
it
some last
starts
year.
at Riverfront, like at the pavilion there at the
Yes.
Rotary Pavilion, and goes west.
yeah, it goes on to the Schuylkill River Trail to the halfway point. Then you turn around and come back.
Right.
And that's all well marked, and we'll have volunteers out that day. So
It's pretty flat, folks.
it is pretty flat. There is like one right before you get to the little bridge.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, a little uphill. That's
All
about
right.
it.
All right.
Yeah.
Great. Well, maybe I can leave it. Wait, what time does it start?
9 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock registration.
Maybe
And you can register
maybe
that
during
day.
sober October I would have been able to do that, but all bets are off in November, so we'll see.
Well, you know what? We'll just have a little. We can give you a drink afterwards,
Right.
just for you.
Or
Under the table.
or finish it up and then walk over to Blue Elephant or
That's even better.
or JJ's for
Yeah.
a little
Even
brunch
better.
cocktail.
You're supposed to drink some wheat beer after you're done running.
Carbo load.
No, they've done scientific studies on this.
They
Look it
have.
up. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
wheat
Okay.
beer. It's
Wheat beer.
supposed to help you
After
recover.
you're done running.
Yeah.
This is a real thing.
It's just a carbo load. I don't know. Do I need to? Should I Google it, Twyla?
Maybe.
Like, yes.
I'm a little
I'm
devious.
right.
He's done his research.
I have. So what's next on the
I
list?
love that
Kathy?
she's actually Googling
Yeah,
it.
Here we go.
we started
Okay,
this.
folks.
Am I right?
I Googled, is wheat beer good for you after a run?
Yeah.
I love Google so much. It helps with muscle relaxation. Beer, more specifically,
doesn't all alcohol.
Right.
more specifically, wheat
Okay.
beers has the potential to minimize muscle inflammation and improve
There you go.
respiratory
You're
health.
correct.
Chemicals are found in wheat beers as
I read the
Poly-
study.
polyphenols, which are believed to relax molecular byproducts caused by exercise. There you go.
There you go.
Seriously.
There's some Gatorade.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
there was the study was done out of Germany. I don't remember what university, but it's legit science.
All right.
Yeah.
It is
So when
definitely
we
science
started
here.
Porchcast, we really were making a commitment to bring people accurate information. So when I say things, I really try to be as accurate as possible.
He does shoot his mouth off, but always
Every
with
now and then.
always with data to back up.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yes.
And now, here's another thing that we had that we've literally legit had to add this to the show because I said something wrong on one of our episodes
Oh no.
and it upset some people. So now we have a email that if you want to yell at me for something that I did wrong,
Okay.
you can email us at Pottstown Reports.
You're
And-
brave. That is very brave.
So far, no one's really
Mhm.
abused it.
Okay.
And we get more spam mail than we get viewers. But if you want to complain about something Matt Green has said wrong,
Okay.
you can go to pottstownreports@gmail.com and leave your opinion.
Wow.
Yeah. We're
Legit.
trying to be as legit as possible here.
That's great.
So
That's
All right.
awesome.
listen, I don't want to segue too much because
No.
you guys have and it's good. It's good because Hobart's Run really is trying to do a lot to help the neighborhood around
We
the
are.
whole school and Pottstown in general.
Yeah.
So we've covered grants, we've covered the run. What's next on your list?
well, next thing happening before the run is the Edgewood cleanup. And that's this Saturday, the 22nd.
Okay.
And as part of the cleanup, where we really need volunteers to come out and, share some love with some of the areas that need to be put to bed well for the winter. There's also going to be another art fair. And this will be the 4th time we've had an art fair at the cemetery. And it's just been getting bigger and better every year. We have like quality vendors. Thanks to Bronwyn DeMazo, if she is watching this, she really puts that all together. But the vendors actually love it. They have told us this is one of the best art fairs ever.
That's great.
Because they love the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's
different, and it's a beautiful cemetery. It's a beautiful park, really.
While the art fair is going on,
Right.
and that kind of thing.
Right.
So, please come out, support the vendors. We're going to have a raffle with prizes. The vendors are wonderful because almost all of them, they don't just rent a table; they donate an item that they have created to the raffle.
That's great.
So we get
It's
a
really
lot of
generous.
interest in that.
Yeah.
We'll have a 50-50 raffle as well. And we're also launching a new initiative for the cemetery.
That on your talking point.
And
So
this,
you're going to hear about this.
Kelly Fenstermacher of Pottstown gets a huge shout out for this because she is creating an adopt a gravestone program.
Okay.
Where
I have a overlay for this. Okay.
Awesome.
So go ahead. I have a full screen.
But a number of the tombstones at Edgewood have just they've fallen into the ground. They're falling into the ground or toppling over. A number of them are for
really
historic figures in Pottstown,
right.
and it's pretty expensive to restore them and repair them and put them back. So we're trying to raise money.
My friend is a caretaker for a Quaker church over in Tredyffrin, over by Valley Forge. I think it's the Chester Valley Quaker meeting or the Tredyffrin Quaker meeting. They had a couple of graves. They were paying $8,000 per gravestone to put these things back up. So it is not cheap, and it requires a little bit of engineering. You have to have a truck with a crane on it because those headstones, they weigh hundreds of pounds.
Yes.
So this is like, it's not as easy as just, hey, let's go grab a crowbar and throw this thing back up.
Absolutely.
It takes some professional work to get these done.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and for the ones that are sinking, you've got to shore up the ground underneath, right?
Put a structure there to keep it from.
There's going to be a lot of work involved with doing that. So what we're trying to do is raise money, and we're going to have. I think 7 have been targeted right away to restore. And Kelly has come up with this great idea that she actually has a QR code that we'll be putting on signs
on the screen right here.
At the graves, and people can scan the QR code, get more information about the people who are buried there. And there's also information on how to contribute to the fund. So we'll get going with that. And I see
Look
it
right there. I just scanned it and boom, right
perfect.
there.
Are you making a gift while you're there?
No pressure.
So those are some of the stones that are there. I mean, they're just like fall right over on their face.
Yeah. So I see it as a great opportunity for businesses to, again, show that they care about Pottstown and Pottstown's history. If they can
that's really
contribute
nice
to that fund, we'll make sure that they're recognized and thanked for, caring about this place in Pottstown.
So I have, this is interesting because I was unaware of the history that's being collected. And so I want to make this kind of statement, and it's going to kind of little bit be an announcement. I don't know that many people know about this little project that I'm involved in, but myself and Mike Murphy from Veterans Island Project, in cooperation with the people from Cedarville Engineering, are doing some mapping at the cemetery. So we've used their GIS and GPS abilities in mapping to map where the veterans' graves are, at least for the time being, so that they know where to place the flags. Once that map is kind of all together, we will be able to have the ability to put information about each one of the individual graves. So it'll be interesting for us to get with Kelly and find out what information she's collected about these 7 graves.
Oh, that's great.
And there'll be a way for us to put that onto the map that we're working on with Cedarville Engineering. Now, once it's kind of in a beta testing stage right now while we work on it. But the idea is once that's done, we'll be able to post that as a website that people will be able to go to and interact with in order to collect more information or give us more information about the things or the people that are buried over there at Edgewood Cemetery.
That's
so
fantastic.
hopefully we can work in combination with if the project that we already have going on would be perfect to add this information into that as well. So after the show, we're already connected a lot, but I'll make sure that you are brought up to speed with what's going on.
That's great.
Worked on it over the spring and into the summer, and then everybody kind of got busy. But I know for a fact that at the very least now, the veterans' graves that they currently know about are all marked on this map that we're working on.
That's great. That's such a huge project.
Yes.
It really is.
And I got to say, April Barcasey from Cedarville Engineering, I only had to ask her one time.
That's
and
great.
she was like, we'll do whatever we can to help you out.
Yeah.
So the folks over at Cedarville Engineering has been great.
Very nice.
She's
They are.
using it as a way to train some of her newer employees on using their software and some of their systems. So they're donating their time, but they're using it as a training exercise for new employees.
Great.
That's
Some thinking outside the box right there. Impressive.
definitely.
Okay, so
All
we
right.
have that. I
Yeah.
put that up on the screen so people will be able to go back after the show and just rewind to that section and
Great.
scan the QR
And when
code
you
right off the
scan the
screen.
QR code, it takes you right to the site, and then it gives a little description of the graves or the stones in particular that they're looking to restore with this fundraiser, and a little bit of history of the families. So that was nice. It kind of like puts out personal touch to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you go back to some of the other episodes, we have talked extensively about some of the founding fathers of Pottstown and some of the other historically significant
That are
people
buried
that are
there,
buried
for
over
sure.
there.
Yep.
We've done some women's history over there. We've done some veterans history over there. So I would encourage people to go back to YouTube and scan through some of our past episodes. If you
Yeah, and
wanna
if you've
learn
never
more.
been over there to the cemetery, just take a walk through it. I mean, a lot of people use it as a park
They do.
to walk through.
Yeah, and we encourage that. Oh, and that's actually another thing. Not to turn this into the cemetery hour.
No, that's okay. I mean, it's a big, it's a big thing that's going on this
Yeah, it
weekend. So
is.
that's what we're here to
if
talk
we
about.
don't take care of that cemetery, there's no one else. So
Right.
we
It's
have
true.
To, we
Yes.
have
This
to work
is-
on it.
We always emphasize this is entirely a volunteer effort, and it's a group of about maybe 5, 6 volunteers who are really, really working on this.
Yes.
But recently, Shona Williams of an organization called Hearts of Humanity. She reached out to the cemetery, and she has worked with Habitat for Humanity and a number of other organizations to install a butterfly garden. So that's something when you're walking at the cemetery and enjoying that.
So that's
right to the left of the entrance.
I saw Shona and her volunteers working over there a couple of weeks ago. So those are those square beds.
Yes, the
Right.
raised
So
beds.
there's like a tree that was cut down, and then the raised beds coming off the tree.
Yeah,
Right.
And it's a pollinator garden, hopefully attracting butterflies, and also just something else, to make the cemetery more attractive.
Right.
So
Great.
So yeah, lots going on.
Yes. Excellent. Okay, crossing that off. Good. So Saturday from 9
10
from 10
to 3, the art fair and the cleanup.
and the cleanup. So
Yeah.
head over there. Not too early to start your holiday shopping. You can get some nice handcrafted gifts and support local artisans and support the cleanup.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and I want to say this because this is kind of another place where you capture my attention. If you decide to work, which you should, I mean, all you have to do is go pick up some trash. I mean, you know, no one's asking you to like run a chainsaw.
Yeah, you don't need to
although
fell a
I
tree.
like to do
Right,
that.
right.
But you don't. Yeah, right. You don't have to fell a tree unless you're Matt Green or Bill Brogley, and then we'll tackle it.
Right.
But if you
fells trees.
yeah,
Well,
he
they
can run
did-
a saw.
yeah.
Yeah. Believe it or not, yeah.
Right.
Like again, Twyla.
Who knew?
There's
I-
no
you did your
BS on
research,
Porchcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It happened
I
before.
didn't question you. Okay, never.
Yeah.
Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, you get free lunch. This is where I'm going.
Right.
And I have been this year. Unfortunately, I won't be able to participate last minute, but I've participated in other years. The lunch has been great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that
every year.
is thanks to Little Italy's, the
He's
poorhouse,
So generous.
and Jack Cassidy's, and also Elena's. They're all
Oh,
three
very
places where
nice.
you can get
Very
some good
nice.
food in Hobart's Run. And they've been very, very generous in preparing
That's
food for
really
the
lovely.
volunteers. And the vendors love it too. They're not used to being, kind of spoiled while they're out selling their arts and crafts. So.
Yeah. So if nothing else, show up and do a little bit of work and get a free
and
lunch.
get a free lunch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Buy some raffle tickets.
Yes. Win-win.
It's free.
It's free.
We like that.
It's free. You just have to do a little elbow grease.
work.
Little elbow grease.
To help the founding fathers of Pottstown.
Exactly.
And remember that once they reopen the Kime Street Bridge, that is a gateway
It's a
to
major
our
gateway.
community.
Yeah,
We don't want
it's
people to
already
see-
it's a busy intersection as it is.
right.
Yeah.
We don't want people's first impression of Pottstown to be a rundown cemetery
Right.
that nothing's taken care of.
Right.
Not a good message.
Right.
Not a good message.
Right. Excellent. So hopefully I know what it's like to run an event where you are dependent on the weather. So I will be praying for good weather
It's
for you.
looking like it will be very good.
Excellent.
So.
Good. Hopefully cool, little cool weather for the yes.
Later
Yeah. All right. What you also have, one of the things that you do is trash is a big incentive. So you've got the Adopt a Trash Can. How many trash cans do you have?
We have about 70 out right now, I think.
Wow.
That is like
75,
crazy.
actually, yeah.
So for the
Yeah.
trash cans, you have somebody who has sponsored each
77
one,
cans.
77 cans. So
Yeah.
you have somebody that's sponsored a business or mostly businesses that have
Mhm.
sponsored. So they have their logo or information on the front of the can. But then you also have the people the adopters that are taking care of the can. So they're responsible for emptying
Yes.
it and making sure that it stays clean and is not overflowing.
Right.
So that's a lot of people that
It's-
have taken responsibility for the trash cans. And here's the thing about Pottstown. We do have a trash problem. However,
Yes.
if you put a trash can out, people will actually use it.
Yes.
They really will.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty easy situation it's not going to, resolve the situation completely, but if you put a trash can out, people will use it.
Yeah.
We have one between my house and my parents' house, and it gets used. And I have noticed, and especially now that my back is bothering me, I spend a lot less time bending over picking up trash. So people do use that thing.
Yes.
My dad and I have to stay on top of it. I mean, there are times and it gets
filled
full
up. Right. Well, people come up from Argento's, they put like a whole pizza box in there
Right.
and whatever, but they are using it.
Yeah,
So
that's better
that's the
than
good
having
news.
it on the street. right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the good news.
I would say this too, and I've made this offer, and I'll say it again on Porchcast because I've said it before. If somebody calls into Hobart's Run and they want a can, tell them that you saw it on Porchcast, and Matt Green will sponsor that can.
That's very
Oh,
nice.
thank you.
Up to about a half a dozen of
Very
them.
nice.
You
You've
have
done quite
been
a few.
tremendously
Yeah.
Yes, thank
helpful.
you.
We
But
appreciate it.
anybody who calls in and wants a trash can, just say that you saw it on Porchcast, and Matt Green will sponsor that trash can.
Great.
Now,
Elizabeth
I cannot
Harper
be
is,
the trash man for all of Pottstown,
No.
but I will get the can there for you.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Harper is saying, my neighbor has a can. It has really helped with keeping the litter down.
Yeah,
So
that's
thank
great.
you.
Sharing that.
Thank you for tuning in, Trinita
Yeah.
and Elizabeth
Trinita.
Yoder and Elizabeth Harper. Thank you everyone for
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah.
And they are people need to understand if they say they're going to adopt a trash can, it costs them nothing. We deliver it, we set it up for you, we give you a roll of bags to get started.
Mhm.
All you have to do is promise to empty the bags and switch it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
usually what my dad and I try to do is we can usually time it out if we stay on top of it, that we just lift the bag out and
Mhm.
put it into the
Mhm.
regular bag
Mhm.
and it goes out on our trash
The
bag.
regular trash.
Mhm.
Yep.
Every now and then it'll fill up before trash day, but it's about on course
Mhm.
with
Right.
with
Once a
the
week.
regular
Yep.
trash pickup. Yeah.
Fantastic.
We
Yeah.
do have a lot of people watching, and I did want to give some shout outs. Amy already did that. I just want to mention some names. Judy Green, the executive producer. Kathleen Bortz is thanking us for bringing the show. You're welcome. Chris Drucker.
Hey, Chris.
I am noticing
Thanks for
one
tuning
thing, and I wanted to. I people are saying this over and over again. Apparently, it's somebody's birthday.
Yes. It is my
Happy
birthday. Today is my
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Yes, thank you.
So-
And you're choosing to spend this hour
I
with
know.
us.
She has
Thank
that rest
you.
in her day.
Oh, are you
She's
at least
gotta
like,
rest.
is Sandy taking you out to dinner or like what?
I have
That's
no
what I
idea
said.
what will happen when I get home.
All right. All right.
But yeah.
So I have we knew about this, right? So this is kind of a setup. We were told that it was your birthday.
By
knew this
who?
We're
coming
not
into
going
it.
to sing.
I'm
Don't worry.
not going to
We
sing.
can sing. We're not
Well,
gonna sing.
you can sing. I
Oh,
definitely. Oh,
Somebody who
look
you
how
know,
nice.
somebody who you know and love, loves you back and sent me a picture. It's a very beautiful
It
picture.
is a beautiful
that was taken
picture.
of you. And
Okay.
we made it into a little
Oh,
happy
happy
birthday
birthday.
Oh
wish.
my goodness. Isn't that cute?
That is
Was that
fantastic.
you, Twyla? Yeah. Okay.
We don't want to say her name, but her initials are Twyla Fisher.
You look really lovely in red.
Oh, well, thank you.
I know.
Thank
It's
you.
stunning.
Yes.
Probably
Excellent.
is my
Well,
favorite
happy
picture of
birthday.
it.
Thank you very much.
I hope your husband does something nice for you. If
Okay.
he doesn't have anything planned, you're welcome to come to Southside Social Club with me.
And I have a cake, and I left it out in the car because I was running so late.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna go get it, but I didn't want to like hop off the show.
That's
I mean,
all
I
right.
can hop off the show to
No,
go get it. And we can all like, you
Oh,
know,
that's
can't get old ball.
Yeah,
Right.
right. Yeah. So there you go. There's my non-drinking cake for the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, there
for the
you go.
day. Well, thanks for tuning in. Hello, Jeanette and Chris. Thanks for watching. So also, we've got a new initiative with it when it comes to trash. So I want you to talk about the new
grabbers?
The grabbers.
okay.
Yes.
The
Trash
grabbers.
grabbers.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
actually, the idea a couple of years ago, I think we were trying to raise money for Edgewood Cemetery,
Mhm.
and we tried a thing where we sold trash grabbers,
Right.
and we actually sold out of them.
Mhm.
People wanted them. So Hobart's Run is going to try this with even better grabbers than the Edgewood grabbers. These should last.
A light, a little
Yeah,
LED
there's a
light
light
on them.
for people.
For nighttime trash.
That's right.
grabbing?
I was like, who's
No.
gonna actually?
No, it's for
Well,
it's for old people like me who
Who
just
can't
celebrate
see.
birthdays.
Yeah,
They can't
who
see
can't see
anything
anything.
anymore. So
Or
but they should be pretty
wow.
sturdy.
Wait a second.
No,
What's
I put
happening
it up
there?
on the screen.
Oh, look at
that's
that.
Yeah.
where it is.
And they have, yep.
That's
Yeah.
a really nice grabber.
They have.
It's a
light,
very
they're
nice
It
grabber.
folds in half.
It does.
does.
And it
but
looks nice and long.
Yes.
it's longer than the
sturdy,
cemetery
Yes.
grabbers.
Yes.
And definitely sturdier. I think it will be good. But these are
Very.
handy around the house. But the idea is, and as we go out and do these cleanups, I mean, it is really discouraging to see the trash.
Mhm.
And that's like a huge mission of Hobart's Runs. to
Right.
clean
Well,
things up.
it is. I mean, Matt,
Yeah.
as far as like real estate goes, like, curb appeal, trash is a
Oh,
really
my
big
goodness.
Yeah.
deal.
It's huge.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's something that really does make our neighborhoods look trashy. I mean, that's
Right,
the
yes,
only word that
yes.
we have.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So
I do see some people
We
in the
got
chat.
three. You
that
got
are
three sales right there. Chris,
Yeah.
Elizabeth, and
Awesome.
Jeanette.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So,
Just-
All right.
let us know that.
I mean,
Yeah.
we only ordered like
Jackie's-
3,000 of them, so
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
we're-
Right.
No, I'm not kidding. Actually, I think we did order 3,000.
for there to be grabbers, grabbers,
have
grabbing
a lot of
on
faith.
every block
Right.
in Pottstown.
Right.
And we're hoping, and there are more and more organizations that are doing this. We also have a tool share.
Mhm.
So we loan
Mhm.
out the grabbers we have.
Pottstown Go Forth has been the
But-
recipient of those
yeah,
grabbers
but
on many occasions.
ideally, groups that are occasionally organizing
Mhm.
block cleanups on their own, or
Right.
church groups, civic organizations.
Yeah,
Rotary.
order 10 of them.
Rotary.
Yeah,
Will-
Rotary.
Yeah, we'll have grabbers on hand
Mhm.
and periodically go and we'll
Excellent.
still loan out tools and gloves and things like
Of
that.
course.
Yes.
But, we'd love to see families out picking
Mhm.
up trash.
Yeah.
And that's our goal, to get
Yeah.
the streets cleaned up. And if we're
so
going to charge
that-
$20 each, which will help to fund the Adopt a Trash Can program,
Mhm.
facade improvements,
Our block cleanups.
Right.
all those
Right.
kinds of things.
So it not to like go too far afield on this, but not like you don't need one more thing to do. But so Pottstown Go Forth, we sell a lot of stuff. And we go up to Redner's and we set up a table up there, and
Mhm.
we are always really successful. So that might be something that you guys want to think
Which
about.
one
It's
do you
just
go to?
we go to the one on Charlotte Street, and I'll give you the contact name of the person that
That
you
would be
can
great.
contact, and you just go and you set up a table for a few hours and you sell
Yeah.
your stuff, and people are really responsive, and it's just a
Great.
fun,
That's
easy
great.
gig.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll
I
be there.
wish we would
I'll be
have
there this
that.
Sunday. Nice segue.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
make it easy for people to
Yeah.
we're going to be set up. Pottstown Go Forth is going to be set up at the Halloween parade. We're going to pop
Oh,
up a
okay.
table and sell our stuff. Like those are all really good opportunities to get your stuff out there.
Definitely.
Just real quick too, we kind of talked over it a little bit and we kind of got excited and talked over each other. So
Trash is very exciting, man.
the solutions to trash can be kind of exciting. And Gypsy Chris and I are going to get a couple of grabbers because when I'm out for my walk, I would really like to have one. But here, I want you to re-explain the tool share program because I think that's important for people to know. Because one of the objections that I have gotten to people helping to clean up or to participate in Pottstown is we do have a lot of people who rent in Pottstown and they don't necessarily have a lot of tools
or
yard
space
tools
to store a rig and right.
So explain the tool share program to people. So explain to them how that works and how they can participate in the tool share program.
Okay. Well, all they have to do is contact us at any one of our emails, but I think largely people have been contacting me just because I live a little closer. It's a little easier for me to run
communications
it. Right, communications director. But we have rakes, we have shovels, we have gloves, we have trash bags, we have bins, vests, reflective vests,
safety
dustbins, that kind of thing, and some grabbers. Although, again, we'd love for people to buy them and have them and use them every time they go out and walk their dog, pick up some trash.
Right.
But all they have to do is contact us and arrange a time to come by our office, which is at 856 East High Street. And we will loan these things to you and bring them back when you're done. That's it. It's free.
Right.
And
so if you want to get a group of neighbors together to clean up your block, there you go.
There you go. And I would say this too, because I do follow the Hobart's Run social media pages. If you let them know that you're going to be doing a little neighborhood cleanup and use their tool share, they will certainly make you a little famous. You'll get your 15 minutes of fame. They come and take a picture of you. They'll talk about your neighborhood, where you cleaned up and everything else. So in addition to helping out the community, you're going to get some street cred. You're going to get some cred for helping out.
And that also, prompts other people to do similar in their own neighborhood. And really, it doesn't take that much if you have 6 people that go out to do a couple of blocks, and you'd be really surprised at how much you can get done in an hour. And it's a little, it's good and bad. It's like, we did such a great job, but look at how much trash we picked up. It's a little, it feels good, but it's also really daunting, but it feels great. But you know what I mean? It's kind of a mixed emotions.
I think too, it is a way, like a lot of, we are constantly bombarded with the facts that Pottstown does have some trash problems, does have some crime problems and things of that nature. And it is a positive way that people can get out of their house, meet their neighbor. And after our conversation with Chief Markovich, we should know that one of his recommendations, so this is a recommendation from the Chief of Police on how an average citizen can help reduce crime. He said it on the show. Go back and watch it. Get out of your house and get involved. This is an easy way to get involved. You can do it right out in front of your own house with your neighbors or the people that live in your house. If
you know the people that live on your block.
Yes.
And you don't have to be best friends with them.
No.
But if you know them by sight, you know who lives in that house. And then if you see something that looks untoward, you know what? I don't recognize something's going on over there, because you're just paying attention to your neighbors.
And it helps reduce crime, because criminals do not want to be in neighborhoods where people are out, eyes on the street. They don't want to be seen. It's like that roach or the spider that you catch in your bathroom when you flick on the lights in the middle of the night. It freezes and it wants to run away. That's exactly what the criminals will do if we're out in the community conducting legitimate business. So I just want to reiterate that, because it is important. We know that it works. And our own Chief of Police here in Pottstown has made that as one of his top recommendations for how the average citizen can help with the crime problem in Pottstown. So you're killing 2 birds with one stone. You're reducing the trash in your neighborhood, and you're doing something to help impact crime.
And we will do, if you contact us and say we want to do a block cleanup, like just to take it a step further, then we'll organize a block cleanup with you. So we'll put door hangers and the entire block and let everyone know about it, and then come and set up our little table with our little Hobart's Run table.
So you shouldn't be stifled by, like, I would like to do this, but I don't know how to get started. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know.
Call us and say we want to do it in this block. I live in this block. That's actually perfect. That's what we look for. And we don't do block cleanups until we have that kind of participation from a resident on the block. but we make it easy, and it's
Mhm.
always really productive.
Kenny Butler is saying, thanks Hobart's Run for our last cleanup at Victory
Christian Life
Christian
Center.
Life Center.
That was
Yes.
a great
fun.
event.
They were so
It
much
was a
fun
great
to work
event.
with. Yes.
Excellent. Good.
And it's exactly what you were saying, Matt. We did have, I mean, I'm not going to, since we're
Yeah.
no lying on
Yeah,
Porchcast,
we're not Pollyanna,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
No, this
it's
is real.
not like everyone came running out of their houses to help, but there
Right.
were some people who came out to help,
Right.
and
Mhm,
or
mhm.
who got the
Yeah.
door hanger, who didn't
Yes.
know about Hobart's Run. They had,
Mhm.
they just wanted to be a
Yeah.
part of it, and they came out and they helped. So
Right.
that's
I saw the
fantastic.
picture. It
Mhm.
seemed like you had a pretty good
We
crowd.
did.
It looked like
Very
you had
nice.
like 20 people at least.
Oh, I would say more
Or
than
more
that.
than that?
probably.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
great.
That's
That's
a-
a
that's
lot
a-
of people.
that's a
The
good
one on
turnout.
King Street.
Yeah.
That was largely because of Victory Christian
Was
too.
it?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
right
And-
back at you, Kenny.
Yeah,
Right,
and
right.
we
They
also
were
had
awesome.
a great
Yeah.
group of kids from the Hill School came out and helped. The basketball team
Yes.
was there,
Oh,
and some
nice.
other students. So
Nice.
Okay.
they,
But some
yeah, it was
residents that had
fantastic.
never been out before.
Yeah.
That like they were like, oh, we just moved here. The one guy had just
Mhm.
moved.
Oh,
and
that's
was
great.
really
Yeah.
excited.
That's great.
He's like, oh, I love seeing this. This is awesome.
That's what
Yeah.
you like to hear. Excellent.
Maybe that's the guy that
Absolutely.
bought 556 King Street, the house that I saw.
Oh, right on the corner, like catty corner.
No,
from
it was
Victory?
one a little bit in
Okay.
Mm.
from that in the 500 block, but that house used the $5,000 grant,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and it was in your cleanup
Yes.
area.
Yes.
So
Excellent.
let's segue this, because this also sets up a perfect segue for more participation and involvement. I just read because Kathy updated me. I got to shout out, like Kathy has been over the course of the history with Porchcast Pottstown one of our top Porchtonians.
Definitely. Definitely.
She was an
Major
early
contributor.
do
on.
have a T-shirt.
A
Yeah.
big, yes, you've.
Yeah.
I think you have two.
I
And one of the early on top fans.
Mhm. Yep.
Provided us with a lot of information
Yep.
about what was going on during the pandemic when we were all hungry for this information about things. So good job.
Thank you.
Kathy.
Thank you.
And she
You should be
updated-
like a communication director or
I
something.
know,
Yeah.
something like that. You're really good at it.
It's really your forte.
But here's what I'm trying to get at is there's some updates to the CARES program. Do you want to cover
Yep.
some of that
Yep.
stuff?
Right there.
I think Twyla should talk about that because
Okay.
she actually, you were there last
Yes.
night, right? But this is very cool. So,
Yeah. Well, we merged for the first time ever. We took two existing student clubs. One had been started by Katie Scanlon
Mhm.
3 or 4 years ago, maybe longer. And that was actually a partnership between the Borough of Pottstown. It's still on their website, I think, actually. Montgomery County Community College, Pottstown High School, the Hill School, and there was another one.
Was it the hospital?
Nope.
Nope.
There was another one.
Okay.
Anyway, over time, it became more Pottstown High School and the Hill School, and that was fine. And then Hobart's Run, there were a group of students that wanted to start something just focused on Hobart's Run, not all of Pottstown. So we had that separate student club. This year, we just brought them all together because during COVID, it kind of declined a little bit, and had someone from Pottstown High School kind of say, I'll be the liaison on our end, which was really lacking before. We just
Was
didn't
that
have
Mr. Baker?
It was Mr.
Yeah.
Baker.
Mhm.
So he did a great job. And last night we had 26 students come together for the kickoff. And it was about 50-50. It was like, half Pottstown High School students and half Hill School students. And they all got along so great. And we're like laughing and like planning the rest of the year with projects. And so tonight was their first joint kind of endeavor together over at the YMCA for trick or treat. I
Mhm.
think it's now trick or treat because it was inside. And that's why I just barely made it here on time. But so much fun to see the kids
That's
working
great.
together.
Now,
Yeah.
what is their new reinvigorated mission? What things are they going to be working on?
Oh, they have so many things.
So many
Which
ideas.
is-
Every
yeah.
month, though, it'll be something. So
Yeah.
it'll be like this. We just decided to support the YMCA, and in December, goodness, I'm going to forget because we're just now planning them. But we'll go back to the Welcome Home concert in February. I know that one for sure, which supports homelessness
Mhm.
or the eradication of homelessness in Pottstown.
Right.
I think in January is going to be a teen networking event at Rivet in the newly
Cool.
renovated basement area.
Okay.
And so that will hopefully be, O&J kids, but a bunch of local high schoolers doing networking there.
Is that the speed friending event, which
That's speed
is
friendly.
so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So, and we do mocktails with them that night too. There's a lot going on. It'll be fun, and a bunch of them signed up to run the 5K last night too.
So I have a
Excellent.
picture that I'm going to put up over the screen, and you'll get a look at all these bright, shining faces. This is the future of participation here in the borough of Pottstown. And I see a couple of kids that I recognize from Pottstown. I see Mark Ellison, for instance. I know
great.
Mr.
Yeah,
Ellison,
great picture.
and looks like a great
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah.
And you
We had a
said
lot
it's
of fun.
about it's almost half and half. So
Yeah.
we have
Yes. So
50%
lots of
participation from each high
collaboration.
school.
Yeah, it was great.
Fantastic.
So
Love
it's a
it.
great idea to bring the two high schools that are located here in Pottstown together to start doing some stuff. Cross that boundary, kind of climb the hill or come down from the hill, depending
Right.
on what your
Yeah.
perspective is.
Right.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
That's spectacular. And again, I've had the address and the phone number up on the screen running this whole time. Hobart's Run's easy to find. Hobart's Run Pottstown, and you guys are a .org, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Hobart's Run Pottstown.org will take you to their website. Their phone number and their address has been running across the screen for a fair amount of time.
Right. It is 7 o'clock.
It's a 7
man.
o'clock.
I know.
Do you want
my
to try?
goodness, really?
Would you like to bust out some news?
Bust out some
All right,
news
all right.
and some
Well,
updates.
last
Ladies, don't
week,
go anywhere
I
because you might
forgot-
know something that we're talking about.
To talk about.
Ooh.
I want
Yeah.
Yes, well, I know where you can get one.
Yeah.
So, Pottstown Go Forth is selling as part of the Amazing Raise fundraiser for October. We are selling our Pottstown Heart flags. Matt, can you take the overlay down?
I'm
Okay.
going to. Yeah, hold on.
So this is the garden flag.
Hold
and
on.
Okay.
I
All right.
I clicked away from it. And
Okay.
now I gotta, sorry.
That's okay.
Double duty's tough
Mhm.
sometimes,
I
right?
know.
Now,
Like
where's
Bugs
it?
Bunny running all the bases
now you're
over
good.
there.
Now
Okay,
you're
good.
good.
Okay, so this is so we are selling our heart flags. This is the garden flag, which comes with the garden stand, with the stand to put it on. So it's $25. We also have a house flag, so it's a house size flag.
Yeah.
And
It looks
that
great
is
too.
also-
You have
I
one
have-
outside of your house.
Bill Brugley has one in front of his office.
Okay. Your
And then-
bestie has one?
oh yeah, she's got one, and we both have the one in the front and in the back. So yeah, it's great. Like I said, it comes with the stand, so you can go to PottstownGoForth.com and purchase it there. I will deliver it, or we will deliver it to you within the borough. We might even go down to the 5 if any fivers want it, and maybe to the Grove. And this weekend we will be at the Pottstown Halloween Parade. So we'll be set up in front of Tompkins Community Bank starting at around 3:00 during the parade. So you can buy them there. I take cash, checks, Venmo, credit cards, wampum, anything. I take it all. I don't want anybody walking up going,
You have
I
a
don't have
little
any cash.
scale,
That's
like
okay.
weights of
Yeah,
bullion
Yeah,
out.
it's okay. Yeah. I take doubloons. Like anything. And then on Sunday, we'll be up at Redner's on Charlotte Street from 10 to 4. So no excuses. You can come get them from us. And this, all of this helps to support Pottstown 4th of July and show your Pottstown pride.
Exactly.
Do you know what I want that design in? Because we just ordered these, and I don't know how they'll go down. But we ordered these little tattoos for like kids with the Hobart Front logo.
You mean like this one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, but that's permanent. But no, but I don't know that I'm ready to do
Yeah.
that. But I would do like
We
I
actually
want a
have.
tattoo. with
We
that.
have
Yeah.
we have these. I don't know if I have any left. I'll check
you
the garage.
serious?
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
so for last year, for 2021 we got the temporary tattoos with the heart logo, and it says Pottstown. It says Go Forth.
Okay.
It doesn't just say Pottstown.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I did
So
put the
I
link.
would do that.
I
Yeah.
did put the link to the Go Forth website up on the page, but it's easy to find. Pottstown Go Forth.
Yeah.
You can Google that, and it's going to come right up.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
great way to support the 4th of July celebration, because remember,
Yes.
there's how many tax dollars go into the 4th of July celebration?
0.0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is, if you want to see the fireworks and the parade and all this great stuff in Pottstown, buy a flag.
Yep.
Buy
Yep.
a flag.
It's really such a great design. So
It
thank you
is.
to
It's
Amy
great.
Francis did the design,
Oh,
and
nice. I
we
didn't know
just
that.
Yeah, that's her design. So yeah, we just love it. I want to see them flying all over. Let your
Yeah,
freak flag fly,
definitely.
folks.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah,
What else is
have a
coming?
All right.
flag and a trash can
Yes.
out in front of your house.
So you'd be it'll be clean and proud.
Yes.
All right, this weekend we've got the original mini stand down at the park. So that's the last Saturday of every month. By vets, for vets. This is for veterans. It is on Veterans Island at Pottstown Memorial Park, and it's from 10 to 12. And that is, wait a second, the fourth Saturday. That would be next week.
Next week, yeah.
Is that the fourth Saturday?
Yeah,
think so.
is it the
Yeah,
last?
I don't
It's
know.
the last Saturday of every month, right?
Yeah, I
So
thought
that
so.
would be
So-
that would be the 29th because
Okay.
we're at the
Gotcha.
22nd.
Yeah. No, the fourth Saturday is the 22nd because the
Okay.
first. Sorry.
Oh, so it is
This weekend, folks. Sorry about that. So
All
that's
right.
from 10 to 12 for vets, by vets, and they have all sorts of resources there. So if you're a veteran in need of clothing or a hot meal or to connect with services, they can help you out.
and that information always comes from our
from
buddy
our friend Mike Murphy.
Mike Murphy.
And speaking of vets, there is a honoring our local veterans dinner, which is at Red Horse Motoring Club. That's on Saturday, December 3rd. So just mark your calendars for that. That's coming up in a month and a half
People
or
do
so.
have to get registered for that. So
Yes.
if you want to get registered, I did put that flyer up at Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate.
Okay.
And then on the screen right now is the phone number for Veterans Island Project along with their email. They'll help you get registered for that dinner as well.
Right.
But you have to be
You
registered
have to
in
be
order
registered.
to participate in
Yep.
that dinner.
So thank you to the folks of at Red Horse and Montgomery County Office of Veterans Affairs for putting that together. All right, other stuff in no particular order. Halloween at Ringing Rocks. That is October 21st, tomorrow from 7 to 10. Adults only. So that's like an open skate or whatever, right? Adult
Yeah.
skate.
Nice.
Taking me back to my youth.
Yeah.
On Saturday, we had the folks from the YWCA last week, and they are having their block party event on Saturday from 11 to 3. So all of these times, like if you time it right, if you're John Armato, you will be able to get to every single one of these.
He
So
will.
I'm
Oh,
really
yeah.
looking
I can
forward to
pull
seeing
that off.
John's pictures on Sunday morning because he'll be at every single one. Like
Yeah.
talking about
He
Bugs
is.
Bunny
Yes.
playing all the bases, right?
Well, really, each one of them, they're only a couple of blocks away from each other.
Well, nothing
So-
is far in Pottstown.
Right.
So
So
that's a
once
good
you
thing.
get out and start getting warmed up and
Yeah.
move around,
Yes.
it's an easy walk
Yeah,
from
and the
one
events
to the next to
are
the next.
several hours.
Yeah.
So this event is from 11 to 3, and they are going to have a ton of vendors and resources and food trucks. And I want to go see those drummers from Philadelphia.
Yes, there's some dancers I think
yes.
that they're doing.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
a whole day's worth of
Yes,
activities.
and I went to this event last year. It was fantastic. And they've got
And-
that big Black Lives Matter mural,
Yes.
street mural, which
Yes.
they're
We have
restoring.
another one
They're
right now.
well, they're restoring the yeah.
Yep.
They're going to repaint it. Here's what I wanted to say because they did offer this. If you go to the ticket booth where they're
Mhm.
going to be giving away raffle tickets,
Mhm.
if you mention Porchcast Pottstown,
Yes.
they're going to give you additional raffle tickets so
Yes.
that you can win prizes.
Yes.
So while you're getting your raffle tickets, mention Porchcast Pottstown. I think they're going to give you 3 or 4 additional raffle
Something like
tickets.
that, yes.
Something like that.
Yeah, well done. So
We
So-
got some connections.
yeah, so that really is a great event. Also happening on Saturday is Cheese-Toberfest, which is from noon to 3.
I
mean,
wanted to go to
Does that
this.
not sound like the greatest thing ever?
It does.
Cheese-Toberfest, yes. So that is at Riverfront from 12 to 3, and that supports the Tri-County Active Adult Center.
Mhm.
So go check that out and get some grilled cheese and some delicious cheese goodies. All right, we talked about Edgewood. That's from 10 to 3 for
Correct.
cleanup and art fair. And I know it's crazy.
Kim Yada is saying they have some great prizes.
Excellent. Thanks for
Okay.
tuning in, Kim. Nice to see you. Haunts on High is happening from noon to 3:30. So that is Pottstown Community Arts, which is part of Mosaic Community Land Trust. And that is happening from Hanover Street to the Pottstown Library. So that's like the 100 block or the 200 block to the 500 block. And that goes until 3:30. And then the Halloween parade, which is the Rotary and Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Halloween parade at
Yeah.
4:00.
So that's a whole day's worth of
Whole
activity.
day.
Mhm.
I'm
And
very
listen,
excited.
Most of that stuff, most of everything that's happening,
Free.
yeah,
It's free.
Free.
Yeah.
and if you could go down to the island and get a free meal. And if you do a little bit of work over at Edgewood Cemetery,
Yes.
you can get free lunch.
Yes. And I bet if you go to the parade, you can get some free candy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come
Right.
on, people.
So I am Saturday
What
night.
more, hold on. What more could Pottstown possibly do for
Right?
you? What do you want?
Yes.
What more do you
I mean,
want?
a wheat beer after I finish my
There
run.
you
Yeah,
go.
exactly. A wheat beer. Oh, that sounds really good right now. See, this is that
Sorry,
hour where I'm
sorry,
like,
I
that
know.
sounds
No,
really
that's
good.
okay.
So I'm doing something this Saturday, which is not free, but I'm very excited for. I am going to see Little Shop of Horrors at the Steel River Playhouse.
So good.
The
It's
sets
so good.
look amazing.
The whole show
Oh my
is
gosh.
amazing.
Well,
I saw
Amanda
the
Morale
opening
is so
night. Oh my
fantastic.
gosh. Yeah.
So I'm
Everyone
really
was
excited.
great.
I've never seen the movie. I've never seen the show. So this is my
It's
first
a lot
time.
of fun. I mean,
Nice.
it's kind of a dark show, but
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
it's
that's okay.
also very
Yes,
funny.
I
and
heard that
really
it was funny
well
and
done.
touching and
It
all of the
is.
feels.
It
So
is.
I'm
Do you
very
have a
excited.
membership there, Kathy? Do you have like a season ticket?
She might
do.
be affiliated somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
I
something.
I'm co-president of the board, so I'm a
Yes,
little biased,
yes.
but I am
I
a
had
season
forgotten about that,
subscriber,
actually,
and
yeah.
that's the way to do it.
We've been
But
season
I
subscribers
love it.
for like as long as they've been there,
Yeah.
and it's so reasonable.
Oh
it's
my
so
gosh.
reasonable. And this year I got smart.
And they're so
I
professionally
took
done.
all the dates and I booked all of my tickets.
That was
in
Oh, yeah,
advance.
that's
I
smart.
already
Yeah.
have them all on the
good for
calendar.
you.
And the best part about being a season subscriber is that you get to work with Velva, and she's the
Yeah.
best.
Mm.
She
She's
is
just the best.
Everyone there, they're
Yes,
wonderful.
Yes, they all are wonderful.
Yeah.
Lena and
Really, really good show.
great. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
So we talked about the run, creating connections that count. This is Jenna Armato, Refresh Friday. This is a Chamber of Commerce event from 8:30 to 10 on October 28th. Matt, you've said that you like the Refresh Friday events.
Yes, I do. So I'm a member of the Tri-County Chamber of Commerce through Glocker Realty Insurance. And anytime I see one of those Refresh Friday events that I think I can apply to my business, I go for them. And I've taken social media classes. I've taken sales classes, just a whole bunch of really good stuff. And it's not very long, but each one of the episodes or each one of the classes that they've had, I have found something worthwhile in each one of them that I've taken. I highly recommend
Yes.
them. Yeah.
Great. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah, Jeanette.
Jeanette ordering flags. Thank you so much. I will deliver them this weekend. Really appreciate your support. Halloween party at the Alley on October 29th at 4:00. Costume contest, food truck, live music. So that's at the Alley next the 29th Saturday. Let's see. This is Operation Give Vets a Smile. More stuff for vets. This is November 5th from 9 to 1 at the community college. This is at the Bluebell campus. So this is free dental cleanings, exams, and x-rays for veterans. Yeah. So it is at the Bluebell campus. So perhaps if you talk to Mike Murphy this weekend at the Vet Stand Down, they might be able to help
Get
you
your
help
ride
you get there.
if you need
Yeah.
a ride.
I'm going to give a shout out to a business that is opening Friday, November 4th. The Second Nest Holistic Healing Spa is opening, and that is in the 300 block. It's like near the Rite Aids. What block is that?
nice.
300.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that
I
is.
just saw
I think
that.
there was like an insurance company in there.
Okay.
Down from the right end or the other side?
On the other side,
across
the
the
other
street.
side.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
for
it's just down a
Houseman.
little
Where
bit.
Houseman and
yeah,
Evans.
right.
Yeah.
So there's a spa opening in there.
Yeah.
It looks
Very
lovely.
nice.
It looks really lovely. So I'm going to check that, John, out. They're having a grand opening on Friday, November 4th at 2 p.m. So welcome to Pottstown and good luck.
I think that was one of Shell Hallman's little projects. She
Okay.
somehow was involved in
Great.
getting that.
Dig it. I love me a spa. All right. This is Community Caregiver Resource and Education Fair, Saturday, November 5th in the Grove at Pottsgrove High School. If you are a caregiver, come out for a free resource and education fair. Please register at the TCN website. So this is information tables and resources and educational sessions for caregivers. So if you're taking care of an elder person in your life, that might be something that you want to check out.
I put that flyer up on Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate. So if you go back to my wall after the show and page through, you'll see more information about
Very
that.
nice. Saturday, November 12th, 8 to 11 is the Pottstown Rotary annual pancake breakfast, as I used to call them when I was little, pancakes. Yes, that is at the Tri-County Active Adult Center. Let's see, maybe some of our friends from the Rotary are going to be flipping some pancakes. How about it? That is $8. $8 for all those pancakes. The short stack, a tall stack, whatever you want. Back to this Saturday, the Pottstown Area Artists Guild is having a Art on High clothesline show and sale. So this is going to be happening during Haunts on High and the parade. Saturday, October 22nd. Does it say exactly where? I'm sure you'll find it. There's going to be art, so you'll be able to see it. So that looks like fun. More artsy stuff. Spooky golf at Manatawny Green, Friday, October 21st, the 22nd, the 28th, and the 29th. So it's going to be open 12 to 10. Spooky golf. Cheesetoberfest we already talked about. Dragon Warriors next Thursday are having their fundraiser at JJ Radigan's, and then we're going to have them on the show.
I think we're into December at this point.
Bobby and Enid are going to be, right? Bobby and Enid are going to be coming on
next month. They're coming in November, and they're going to bring us up to speed about all the different stuff that's going on over there at Pottstown Athletic Club.
In the old armory.
Correct.
Yes. Foster grandparent program. If you are a person over 55 who meets the income requirements, you can talk to our friend Kim Yetta about being a foster grandparent. So go to the YWCA website and check that out.
Or go to YouTube and watch our episode from last week.
Yes.
And again, that is a subsidy. So the grandparents, the foster grandparents in that program do get paid to participate in that program.
Yes.
So my recommendation has been, if you have somebody, a senior who's maybe struggling a little bit, or one of these seniors in your life that constantly complains about having to pay school district taxes, well, here's a little way to get some of that money back
and make an impact on some kids' lives.
So help out the future generations.
Really nice program.
That kid that you met might be your doctor one day.
It could be.
Imagine you might get a little bit better care if you were Johnny's foster grandma and you need open heart surgery.
Exactly. Yes. And it's just a very nice thing to do. A very nice thing to do. Make a good impact in a kid's life. So, all right, I busted through that pretty quick, but hope to see a lot of folks out and about this weekend for a very, very big weekend in Pottstown. Come see me at the parade or at Redner's, and I'll sell you some flags. I'm relentless with my sales techniques.
We still have a bunch of people watching the show. Thanks for watching the show, everybody.
Yeah.
It's been great to have the interaction. There's been a lot of people in the chat, and we always appreciate that. That is the way to help spread the word. If you can share that cat video that you saw earlier in the day, you can certainly share Porchcast Pottstown.
Just a little bit longer than the cat video.
It's a little bit longer than the cat video, but it will have a direct impact on helping spread the word in your community.
And helping your community in general.
We like contributors to society, and almost all, I would say all of our Porchtonians in one way, shape, or form are contributors to society.
Absolutely.
So
110%.
As we talked about before, if you have questions, comments, or critique for Porchcast Pottstown, if Matt Green opened up his fat mouth and said something dumb and now you're angry at him, send me a scathing email over there at pottstownreports@gmail.com.
And if you think Amy Wolf is awesome, you can send an email to Pottstown Reports.
To pottstownreports@gmail.com. But seriously, we are looking for people who want to ask questions of our guests, people that want to make show recommendations for future shows. If you would like to be on the show, please send us email over there.
Or if there's a topic that's bugging you, like, I think this is really an issue in Pottstown, I think you should discuss this. We will definitely look into it and see what we can put together.
And Pottstown Reports is the way to get involved in that. We are teamed up with Eye on Pottstown and Evan Brandt at Pottstown Reports, and we're doing that in order to get more input from the community about topics that they care about and want to see. There is going to be 2 topics that we're going to be discussing coming up. We're going to be discussing the community meals program, and we're also going to be having some conversations based around homelessness and the homeless shelter. I know both of those topics can get quite controversial and sometimes contentious, but we're going to try to have an intelligent conversation about both of those topics.
And a dialogue and a
again,
conversation.
A dialogue. We are not treating this in any type of Pollyanna manner.
No.
We realize that there are problems with both of those issues.
Right. We're also not going to railroad anybody that comes on the show. Yeah, but we're just going to have a conversation because there are concerns and questions.
Right.
So
if you want to ask some questions about the community meal program or about homelessness, we're going to have Anissa Jones from the Pottstown Cluster of Religious Communities. She's going to be on next week to discuss some of the challenges around the community meal and also the response after the citations that were issued to the churches on High Street.
Yes.
Anissa is coming in to specifically talk about those issues.
That's great, because I know there's a lot of folks that really are confused or wondering why those citations were issued and what that was all about.
And we're also going to talk about what we're going to do about it.
Right.
Because there were some legitimate complaints. I don't think that the citations should have been handled in the way that they were, but there were some legitimate complaints. So we're going to get into what we're doing to address those issues.
Right. I am very sorry that I'm going to miss it.
I am sorry
I
too. But Anissa will be on next week. If you have questions or comments or concerns about the community meal program, send that information to Pottstown Reports, and I'm going to try to work as much of that stuff into the conversation as we can. Then in December, we have some folks from the Beacon of Hope that are going to come in. Also a controversial topic here in the borough of Pottstown, but they have agreed to come in and face questions from the community. Which
is great.
Pottstown Reports is your place to interact with the show and our guests.
And I'll just add Hobart's run actually at the zoning hearing board meeting regarding Beacon of Hope. We did speak out in support of what they're trying to do. We feel it's really important and will help Pottstown as a whole while it's helping the homeless population.
Right. And everybody wants to help. My personal feelings on it is we have to do it in a way that makes sense and is beneficial for the community, because oftentimes we try to do things that we think are helpful, but there are some unintended consequences of our charity, and we have to start considering that when we're planning for the future.
Yes, absolutely.
So Pottstown Reports, thanks for tuning in. We're going to start breaking it down. Our guests tonight have been from Hobart's Run. Please check them out. They do a lot to help the neighborhoods surrounding the Hill School, but also across the borough of Pottstown. Check them out. Find out how you can get involved with Hobart's Run to make your community and your neighborhood a nicer place. Twyla Fisher is the executive director. Kathy Skitko is the community relations. She's also the birthday girl.
And I am going to get cake. I wouldn't turn it down. Cake, right?
I wouldn't turn it down. Yeah.
I am Matt Green. I am your local real estate expert. Please call me if you need help buying or selling residential and commercial real estate here in the borough of Pottstown or the surrounding areas. That would be Montgomery, Chester, and Berks County. Amy Wolf is the lovely office manager here at Wolf Baldwin and Associates, have been our host for this evening. They have been bringing you fine legal service in the borough of Pottstown since 1973.
Going up 50 years.
50 years.
50 years.
Nothing to laugh at. They are your workman's compensation certified specialist.
Yeah.
Call them up if you're having an issue in that area. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We are Porchcast. Let's talk